I've been playing this game for almost 4 years, and gung-ho or not even Teppen itself ever sponsor me or even want to shout me out for damn sake. Hello everybody, I am Inisland and we are doing another Teppen tier list review. This time is about the 30-minute EXE, the new crossover with Mega Man, one of my childhood TV shows. We have already accumulated out this entire booster right up here. The hero arts, I have yet to put them yet, but maybe in a later video. So please tolerate with me and hold it up until then. So first off, we're gonna begin with the first card, Battle Cheer Hero Ryu. Basically, he's a rush when played, extra for harder shot and give it -1 MP because it was a 2 MP cost. And then gain charge for each remove cards. Team Specialist, you gain a 1-2. Honestly, with this guy alone, he is considered an abomination. Due to the fact he can be once unleashed on the field, then that's it for him. And next we have Blazing Net Navi Fireman, this guy. Basically his skill is heavy PS constantly, but when you have 3 remove cards, he can deal 4 damage to the ones in front. If it stays, he can deal 1 damage to lowest MP 6 times. So it's a 4-10 total damage just the moment he's placed, but as long as you have 6 remove cards. This guy is considered the same as the abomination list, to the fact he is a one-off card. Next we have Mr. Match, whose ability when played deal 3 damage in front, and then his quest begins with every damage dealt at least 3 or more. First one will be removing 2 units from the game, the second one getting 2 MP and then copy one of the removed unit to EX pocket. The gamble is if you don't have enough EX units that is removed, which will be unlucky. However, this guy immediately can help you cost up with the burn. He is considered supreme because the moment he placed, he can already have removed 2 units in the deck. An instant dealing of 2. Basically, he can already deal 3 damage instant for his level up cost. 2 MP is also broken by the way. Next, we have Gutsman EXE. Gutsman EXE is a slow rush. When placed, he'll gain HP for every removed cards. If he wins, he'll lose slow and then he gains heavy pierce. He's a very powerful surprise unit. The moment he's placed, I mean look at that, he's a 5 attack 5 health. That dude is big AF and broken. He is strictly on the supreme list because the moment he wins a battle, he gains 2 HP, he gets heavy pierce and lose his slow. That's what makes him very scary. Okay, next, this card, the Feral Man EXE. Every unit that's destroyed by damage effect, in fact it does not have to be enemy, it can be yours. If I read this carefully, destroyed by damaging effect, well, he'll gain 1-1. But then for burn wise, 3, he'll deal 3 damage to the unit in front, and 6, he'll lock the empty slot in front for 5 seconds, and then the adjacent unit damage will be receiving 4 damage. He's rarely been used because who will always leave their empty slot box open in the center? It's hardly the case, which is why I'll put him in the balance. He is not that powerful or commonly used from my experience, which is why I'll leave him as it is. Okay, next is Dex Oyama. He reminds me of some guy from Doraemon, but a bit similar. His ability is when a hero enemy gets at least 3 or more damage, he can remove 2 units from the deck and then gains 2-1, which means he became the instant 3 damage he requires for his 3 damage quest. And then one more time, he'll gain 2 health, which can sum him up at an overall of at least 3-9. A very scary thing when it comes to a 3 cost unit to become that powerful. He is on the abomination list at least because there's a lot of cards like, Gutsman, Ryu, the Flame Man. They already can deal 3 damage along with the Watchman. That's why he's considered an abomination. Alright, next is Haruka Hikari. When she's already a shield unit, and then whenever friendly unit level up, she can at least copy a random unit remove and place it onto the field. The flaw about her is that she's a cost of 5. If she's been at least 3 or 4, it would have been broken because the moment a card level up, meaning Mr. Watchman or Oyama, she can instantly bring a unit out back to the field. So, get what I mean, she's considered scary. But, due to the fact she's cost of 5, she's considered a child. Because it's too hefty. Okay, next is Freud. Freud is actually a quest card. Every time my hero art is being used, he can remove 2 units from the deck, and then I give 1 machine unit in my deck 1/1 and add it to my EX pocket. He is dead. He's dead. He's not a very good card when it comes to hero arts because he's a 1-time level up, remove 2 units, and then to add another unit into your hand without placing or even giving me a MP boost. He's not very well used in this booster, I'll be honest. So that's why I place him on the dead list. Next is Miss Yuri. Not the genre Yuri. If you man of a culture enjoy those, screw yourself. Because right now is this Miss Yuri. Every time an enemy hero or unit takes damage of 3 or more, you can remove 2 units in my deck, and then she gains 1/1. The problem of her is that she's only helping herself 1 time to gain 1/1, meaning 3/6 with a cost of 3. She's not a very powerful card, honestly. It's not worth it. Next is Iceman. He has a burn of 1/1 and then burn 6. Deal 1 damage to all enemies that inflict halt onto the unit in front for 13 seconds. He is a dead. He's not even being used much because, well, there's no reason for reds to use halt damage. No, I mean, like, they hardly use halt cards for the job. Okay, next we have is Xenodum, which is not really sure what it is. It's like a machine. When transcend, I can remove 2 units from my deck and then it gains 1 attack, and then you deal 3 damage to the unit in front. So this card alone, when transcend, can give you 2 times the damage of 3. So in this case, he is a child. Even though the cost is 3, very cheap, it does not really mean so because you need to have normal units out there in order to transcend her to gain the 1 attack damage and 3 damage to the unit in front. After that, all your other quest cards can level up by then. Okay, the other one that I'm not sure why he's at the bottom of the list is Kaifer EXE. He's anti-air, and then when he's placed on the field, deal 1 damage equal to the number of cards I remove. He's, well, I would not say very strong, but he's useful for a 1-time cost. The only problem is that this deck removes almost at least a total of 8, depending on, well, how far you enter the game. To the max, maybe I'll be seeing 12. So when placed, deal 12, but I don't think you have enough time for that because this card is a 5 cost MP. He's on the child tier list, honestly. So don't blame me or judge me too much or harshly, because this is my personal opinion. So just swing along, alright? If you have any opinions, you can be free to use the one in the tier list maker which I made. This one actually. Feel free to use it. Next is Battle Chip Mini Bomb. Deal 5 damage to an enemy unit, and then if there's 2 more Battle Chips Mini Bomb in my graveyard, meaning he himself, I can return this card to the EX pocket. So in this case, he is reusable, but at the cost of 3 to deal 5 damage. As long as you play total of 3, he can keep on coming back to EX pocket and then deal. The flaw about him is that he occupies the EX pocket. Don't get me wrong, having cards in the EX pocket it's fine, but how this card is being played is not so strong. He's on a child tier list due to the fact I'll get to it later on, you know what I mean. Okay, next is Battle Chip Dash Attack, I think. Give the hero at least an agility after 1 time when it's placed. So meaning your hero have this ability to give a friendly unit agility the moment it's placed, but it's only up to 1 time. Not a lot of red requires agility due to the fact they can slowly enjoy a normal pace of attack and then deal damage to their opponent. This guy is on the balance, or maybe, you know what, I'm thinking carefully. To place agility, which would also be a risk to having your units getting destroyed. I'll put it on the child at least. Okay, next is Red Arima, I think. Arima. Red Arima. So this card, I have no idea why he is considered rare. This bugger, he's actually can deal random unit 6 damage by removing 2 units as a cost. In fact, his 2 is already almost well broken. Although he's not epic. I mean, who cares about the rarity much? Unless you have money, of course. You can pay to win in this game. I'm no longer a pay to win. I'm just saving up for no reason. And for this guy, he's very broken. And an absolute necessary card to the red decks out there recently. He's on an abomination. Or maybe S tier. Actually, you know what? He's S tier. Because there's no guarantee that this card can immediately help you deal 6 hefty damage to an enemy unit. I mean, because of the spike bomb decks out there nowadays, because they always have 6 health also, this card can be instant wipe instantly the moment they place, before you can let them play another card to, well, you at least 6 or more damage with the recent spike dive bomb. Okay, next, this is the reason why I say the mini bomb is not very good, because of this guy, the man from the chip. He is actually a very powerful card that can let you copy a unit from your EX pocket. If you have 6 removed, you can add an additional of that card to your EX pocket. But imagine having 2 legendaries, or maybe actually, yeah, maybe 2 legendaries immediately on the field. Your opponent will be stunned. This guy is on the S tier because you have the cards you require to, well, surprise your enemy. Especially with the demon, I think. I forgot his name, I cannot remember, but you know what I mean. Okay, next we have Battleship Nina version 2. You can deal 4 split damage to enemy units, and then if you have removed 6 units in the game, you can deal an additional 5 damage, which means an overall of 9 damage. Oh, it's almost equivalent to the Dragon Judgment, and you can wipe out the whole field. Well, if you play more Battleship Nina version 2, you have my word, you'll wipe out almost the whole field. This card alone is on the abomination list. Okay, last one of the red list is the final battle. I can explore for harder shot and give it -1 MP, copy 1 random unit from my removed cards, that is machine, and place it on the field to gain 1/2. Honestly, this card for 6 cost is almost too much, honestly. To explore and give -1 MP and place a unit, just 1 machine unit, and then gain 1/2 only. Yeah, no, I'm not agreeing with this. I mean, I'll be honest, he's not very strong in that sense, because who will want to play 6 cost just to bring out 1 unit only, and for exploring a bit here and there? We have other cards that can easily do though. Alright, never mind, we'll just move on. Next on the list we have Blade EXE. When the card is added to the EX pocket, now do note that most of the green's quest is add cards to the EX pocket nowadays. So I'll let you know when it's a different type of quest. Just remember this if you're actually watching the video all the way. So when he levels up, he gets 1/1 and then add a card of a unit from my deck to EX pocket. So in this sense, he can immediately help us gain the advantage of adding cards to the EX pocket. At the same time, he'll be 3/5. Not so scary, but I would say he's quite balanced alone. Next we have Sal. She's a rush. When played, give one friendly unit with quest to 4, which is a very big boost. Trust me, it's a very big boost. But the fact is that she's cost of 6. She's not been used much in the meta from my experience. She's considered dead. Like dead. Next is Yai, Aya no Koji, although she kind of reminds me of Karin. Her ability is when she's played, as long as you level up 3 times or more, all enemy units battle damage will get +3. So it's an instant moment she's played on the field, the enemy will receive more battle damage. But the fact is that you have this deck focused more on level up than having the benefit of number of times you level up. This one's a child, although don't get me wrong, Not that she's small and a child, but she is actually a child. Next up on the list, we have Metul or Met-Tool. He's a shield, and then when transcend, he can have one attack and then do damage equal to the number of friendly units with shield. That includes himself, but the problem is, well, unit can deal 3 damage to all enemy units maximum. It is pretty small, I'll be honest. He is not meant to be of the alone type. He's meant to play with Kikosho of Chun-Li. So I believe somewhere this guy belongs to the child section of the tier list, because I don't know anybody playing a deck with Kikosho or Hey Nico with this card. So like no, it's out of the picture. Next we have Woodman. When he gets a level of never mind, let's try this again. Next we have Woodman. So when he levels up one time, he gets Heavy Pierce, and when he levels up again, he'll get one attack and shield, which is a very scary ability because it gets Heavy Pierce and shield. But let me get to you why it can be considered a balance, because other cards around here will help him along the way. Okay, next we have Glide. He is the same as the others, but when level up, all friendly units with quests will get 1/1 and shield. It's another benefit for Kikosho, but the thing is that with this guy, you reduce your shield away. Not very nice. He is a abomination because he protects all his friendlies. Yeah, he protects all his other units, your friendly ones, with a shield and 1/1 gain. Next we have Rico. If you remember her from the previous booster, this one is very special and different because when level up, all green units will get 1 attack. Plus, she's a shield and MP boost of 20%. She's an abomination, honestly, straight away, just an abomination. Because you play this 2, then followed by any one of the cards they can explore or add cards to the EX pocket, instantly you will see the reason why these 2 are considered an abomination. Okay, next on the list we have Lion Hikari. He is actually the main character of the TV series of the Mega Man. He will explore for battleship sword the moment he's played, and quests is very different from the others. When a friendly unit level up, he also level up, and then when he's on the field, all friendly machines gain 1 additional attack. This guy can help them out in an instant. I mean, look at the cost. It's at 4 plus 3 plus 3, you get a total of 10. Instantly you just play either Glide or Rico, and then you play Hikari, boom, an instant protection to everybody. Rico can survive longer on the field while you gain MP. So that's why I put it on the abomination list. Okay, next we have Sakurai. She is also like Rico, a 20 MP booster, but unlike Hikari, when played, she will explore for guard. And just like Hikari, she will gain 1/2, meaning 2/6 onto the field and MP boost. If a small substitute can be, I mean, if it's a substitute like this instead of Lian, and well, you get the point. Having these 3 together or these 3 together is an instant health boost and shield protection. So that's why I'll be putting Sakurai on the abomination list. Okay, next we actually have a interesting unit I never thought I'll be looking. His name is Stoneman. He kind of reminds me of Lego. This guy alone is already slow. I mean, there's nothing I can do, but he himself level up 2 times. First one will give all friendly quests 1/2, and then one more time he will give all friendly units shield, which means an extra protection along with him. He is also an abomination along with these 2 together. I mean, seriously, if you ever happen to have an MP boost remaining on the field while others are wiped out, these 2 can be your next step of evolution to maintain a strong field. But the only weakness is that their MP is very low, that they can be easily destroyed by other black destruction cards depending on MP. Okay, next we have the Justice Nevinet Mega Man, one of the main characters of the TV series. He alone is already a rush, but when played, he will activate effects depending on the number of times you level up. If you level up 3, you explore for harder shot. If you explore 5, you do damage equal to the number of times friendly units level up. Meaning the unit in front, you can choose anyone you want to deal the big damage. If you explore 7 or more, he gets a 4/4 and spill over, which means he's a whopping 6/10 on the field. Boom! But he's also meant to play in the center. This guy is supreme alone. Although he needs help of level upping at least 7 or more. You will have the chance because it's a green deck. But if you just happen to encounter an enemy who keep on destroying your units before you can level up, then well, this guy is totally screwed if you have this in your hand in the early game. He's meant to be around the late game. So Black Hero users, if you want to stop them from leveling up, you just keep destroying. I mean, we have a lot of 3-cost cards here to wipe them out instantly. You see what I mean? Next, we have Tender Nevinet Roll EXE. The moment she's placed, she can explore for Battleship Gorgon Dantes. You will see this later. This is Gorgon Dantes. So when a friendly unit level up, she too will level up. Level 2, all friendly units gain a shield, and followed by attack +1 and combo, and all friendly units will nullify damage for 13 seconds. This means it's a full protection for that 13 seconds. Along with the shield and others, wow, believe me, she is an abomination. I'm not gonna put on S because she is a very hard card to use to level up constantly. Oops, sorry. So this is the green units I have for the EXE. Okay, next we have the Guard Battleship, which lets you give a friendly green unit 4 HP and then you explore for shield. If you do not know why it's shield, you can go screw yourself because shield is exactly a shield. This card can help you to add another card to your EX pocket for cards level up. This card is really an abomination because the moment you explore for guard, the next thing you know, you can level up anytime you want again. It depends if my enemy is so eager to play an action card to destroy it or gain some benefits, you can just play along and add this 2 MP free cost into your hand. It's a good protection, I mean, why not? Next is Battleship Sword. This is, I'll be honest, a very weak ability to just give a friendly unit 1/1. For 1 cost, it's very weak. He is a balance because he is in fact, you know, he's a child because I will not add him into my deck because I already have someone who add this to my hand instead. Just for an action card's sake, I can play if I want to. A protection a little bit longer if I need to. More damage. Who cares? This guy is, I'll consider him a child. I mean, I had to play this in the London deck that I uploaded because I had no choice. He's the only one having my EX pocket, so why not? Okay, next is Gorgon Dantes, which allows your hero to have an ability when a unit is placed. You can give that unit 1/1 and a mixed seal to the unit in front of it, but that's only up to 1 time. This card is considered very an abomination. I mean, if so happens that a powerful unit that cannot be destroyed, or well, I can just lock up all its abilities. If it's those self-destruction card from the Spike Dive Bomb, be sure to play this card before they had the benefits of not receiving destruction for themselves. I mean, you should get what I mean, why I consider this an abomination. Like, really. Next is Emergency Teleportation. So this is an action card that allows you to add a unit with quest ability into my EX pocket and give it 1 attack. This card is not so strong, but he is definitely required to have a bit of a help in case you do not have these 2 cards to add a card into your EX pocket. So I would say this guy is a balance, just for the sake of adding cards to the EX pocket. That is all. Okay, next is Battleship Diablos version 2. To be honest, this card alone is already considered very broken because this guy can give all friendly green units with quest ability shield. I mean, every single one of them shield with a cheap cost of 2. If it's 1, it'll be more broken, but he is a very well protection card. If my enemies were to play a card to do as much damage as possible, this card can protect everybody. So he's on a supreme tier list. Yes, he is that good. Next is Jack In. Select one friendly unit and then I can select another random friendly unit and he'll gain the attack and HP. So basically it's a transfer of attack and HP of one of your friendly unit to your selected friendly unit. He's a fusion, but the thing is that I do not see him being used much. He's considered a child. Yeah, dun dun dun. Same thing as the battle. Same thing as the red legendary. I will dare put him right here. Okay, moving on to the purple deck. So again, we'll look at Arcanate or Arcane EXE. So when a unit is being removed from the game, he will gain agility for 1 attack and combo for 1 attack. He will also inflict a halt into a unit in front and gain 1 attack. This guy is not really meant to stay on the field for long, but I will honestly put him on the higher tier list because of how weak for a one-time off he gets when a card is removed from the game. Next, we will have Cyborg. So when he's placed, I can give the unit in front -2 attack for 1 effective attack. If I have my friendly units level up 5 times or more, I can remove a unit in front with 3 attack less from the game. So he's an instant remover as long as I level up 5 times or more. This guy is not just a robot, he's a remover. Because the moment he's placed, he can remove 2 attack and an instant destroy or remove card from the game. So with that, he can most definitely remove a 5 attack cost unit in instant, like Gutsman. He is considered an abomination because as long as you have level up, I mean, it's not that difficult to level up with these cards. Just remove from the game, just add cards to your hand, and remove or deal 3 damage and so on. A lot of them are very easy to meet, believe me. Next we have Masa. When placed, I can give 1 friendly unit with quest at -1 MP, but it cannot go below 1 of course. After 13 seconds, he's automatically removed from the game. This guy can survive for quite a while before he himself is removed from the game. With that, he's considered balanced because the moment he's about to be removed, you can immediately play as many of the quest cards required to level up before the moment he is gone. So that's why I put in the balance. Next we have Spooky. When transcend, give all friendly machine 1/1. Honestly, there's not a lot of machines I can say will be required for a 1/1 because you already have at least how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new machine level up cards. He's considered a child, honestly. He's not so used much in the meta as for what I can tell. Alright, next we have Miss Mari. When played, give 1 friendly unit with quest 1/3. Then when she dies, the hero will have a MP charge decreased by 20% for 10 seconds. It's a very risky card the moment she's played, but if anybody else were to play Miss Mari, they will need to have Breakaway in order to keep their units alive. So Breakaway will also not get much of a boost today. She's a child. Due to the fact when she's placed, she will decrease her MP gauge. Nobody likes that. I don't like that. But I'm just gonna leave her at the child. She's just a one-off. Next we have Count Zap. This guy, when a friendly unit is placed, he himself will also be removed from the game. It's almost similar to Dynamo, but instead of destruction, he's similar to Dynamo, but instead of destruction, he is himself removed from the game. But the moment you place your units, believe me, the last thing you want is to have 1 friendly unit to not be able to level up. So I say this guy is considered child as well. Next, we have Sharkman. Now, this guy is very broken from my experience because as long as another unit is being removed, he will have 1 battle damage throughout, and he'll be unblockable. If you have another unit being removed, he gets 1/1, meaning 3/8. A very strong card that can last very long in the game. So this guy is supreme. He will last very long, unless you have a damage effect, which will make him, well, easily removed. So red can destroy this guy, not any other battle damage. Okay, next we have Eugene Child. When placed, I can remove 1 random enemy unit that's cost 3 or less from the game, and then when a friendly unit level up, he gets 2/1, meaning 3/6 alone. The removing can be very irritating the moment they are placed, but this guy, I say he's an abomination because he's an instant help to remove cards from the game. I mean, take for example Oyama and Gary followed by Sakurai. They can be instantly, boom, just gone. Just the moment he comes out just for a level up. And then other units here already can level up, which is why I put in the abomination tier list. Next we have Bombman. He's a very weird for a legendary 3/2/2 because he alone is a shield, and when you have quests, he will gain 1/2 to survive a little bit longer on the field, and then when he dies, he can deal 4 damage to 1 random enemy unit. Problem is that you can hardly have another remove unit by the time you reach level 3. Bombman, you are considered dead. Like literally dead. Because nobody is able to use your ability to the best to the extent. Unless you're considered growth to be level up. Well, no, it does not work either because it requires remove. Next on the list we have Electman. When played, I can remove 1 enemy unit that has 4 HP or less. And his quest is that when another unit is removed, he gains 1 attack, followed by 4 HP and agility once he reaches level 3. This guy can be a threat, but as long as you have the cut cost for the job, along with, well, Eugene, he is considered balanced to me. Okay, finally the legendaries. We have Crimson Nut Navy Protoman. Honestly, he kinda reminds me of Zero. He is a rush and a shield. As long as he wins a battle, which means decimate, he can remove an enemy unit that has 3 HP or less from the game. And his quest is the same as the others. When a card is removed from the game, he gains 1/6, and attacking, he can move this unit to another anti-slot board. I mean, 1/6, that's a major health boost, followed by a shifting like Ashura Senku or the Ultimate Darkness. This guy considered an abomination. Not because of how long he can last on the field or why I don't put him on Supreme, it's just that decimate is required when he is placed on the field for a quest removal. Okay, and finally we have Ninja Net Navi Shadowman. Now this guy does not really die so easily. He is an agility, and when he dies, he immediately returns to the EX pocket. So as long as another unit is removed from the game, he gains 3 HP, and then another copy of him will be placed on the field with Seal. That can be irritating. He is considered supreme. Actually, be honest, he is supreme. He will last on the field for quite a while. And having another copy of him on the field, I mean, why? That also be a threat. Okay, next on the list we have Nevis. This card is actually kind of scary, weird, because he will nullify a quest unit for 5 seconds of damage, and if he happens to win a battle, he will be automatically removed from the game. Not a lot of enemy will give you the chance to have this decimate ability for your quest count, so I'll consider him on the child list. Next, we have Grab Area. So this ability is I can lock a random slot ball for 5 seconds on my enemy side, and then I remove 2 units from my opponent's graveyard from the game. This card can go against Oichi's Dark Invitation and lock the slots. So this does not really help on the quest deck, but this helps more on the Mirage Decoy deck actually. So it's a countermeasure against the Oichi deck. I'll consider this balanced. because it has potential to fight against Oichi's Izanagi or Dark Invitation. Next on the list we have the Cute Poogie. So the ability is to remove one friendly purple to remove one random enemy unit from the game. So not a lot of enemies will give you the chance to remove a card off from the game. This one is considered child. You will not have the chance to remove another. It's not like the core version of the Dark Destruction kind. I mean, I can't remember the name, but I'm just gonna leave it up here for you guys to know. This is almost similar concept. If it doesn't meet, it does not meet. Next is Pet. So I can remove one friendly unit from the game, and then I can give a friendly unit with quest ability of gaining 2/2. This card is not really much use unless you want to save your unit. It's a child. I mean, you remove one of your friendly units just so that your unit with quest ability in your EX pocket or hand to gain 2/2. It's a very weak ability. That's why I leave it at child. Next, we have Battleship Hisenko version 2. I remove one unit with 3 MP or less from the game, and if I happen to have a quest unit on my side of the field, I can remove a 4 cost or less instead. So this card can remove Glide or maybe Watchman even, which can also help my units to get in their level up abilities. This guy alone, who at a cost of a balance 3, he alone is an abomination. Not many people use him, but trust me, very soon it will settle in. People will use this action card. Now lastly, Official Navi's Power. This card is very broken than I thought it would be, because it can give the purple hero an ability that when a unit is placed, I can remove the unit in front and let it gain 1 attack. It's an instant removal, so that will mean you can remove almost anything, even the ninja. So that's why I'll put it on the Supreme tier list. Maybe a one-off, but it is very scary enough. Okay, we're moving on to the black. The next card is called Miyu. When played, if I have the next card is Miyu. When played, she can give a friendly unit with 5 or more attack heavy pierce. It will not be very useful, believe me, she is dead. Nobody will use a 3 cost card just to give a friendly attack of 5 or more to give heavy pierce, because they'll die in the end. Dark Destruction is just Dark Destruction, that's it. No more excuse, just leave it as it is. They will die, they die. Next is Miss Mad. When she dies, she can place a 3 MP or less cost unit to the field, and then it gets self-destruct afterwards. Normally, I'll not know what 3 MP cost card can have a lot of attack. He's not very strong either. He's a child. I'm not gonna explain too much right now, but I'm just gonna say what I think and move on. Next is Yahoo. If you think it's Dawson, remember he is a purple unit. This card, it's already a self-destruct the moment he's placed on the field. It does not need to be placed on hand, but as long as he's placed on the field, he's already a self-destruct ability. So that given said, he is a necessary card. Deal 6 or more damage for your other Dark Quest ability. He is an abomination. He proves a very useful essential card. Next is Paui. So when an enemy hero or enemy gets 6 or more damage, Paui will gain 1 attack and 1 MP. It's a very small cost for an MP boost game, and it requires of us damage dealt. Is balanced. Gains 1 MP afterwards. Next on the list we have F7. As long as you succeed the quest of dealing for all enemy units, he'll become indestructible for 13 seconds, meaning he will not die. So you can spam Spike Dive Bomb over and over and over and over and over, just for him to survive. This guy is an abomination because of how long he can stay on the field as long as he did 6 or more damage for quest level up. Next up we have Skullman. He is a very confusing card honestly, but I'll make it simple. When he's placed, all quest ability units can deal 1 damage in front. And when a friendly quest unit dies, he gets 2 HP. And I can return a quest unit from my graveyard to my EX pocket with -1 MP. Not very strong to last on the field due to the fact he is a 2/4 with a 3 cost. He is considered balanced as well, because he's also what you need to get more of this 6 damage and add the EX card on your... well, stuck on backwards, what the hell, I'm stuck. So he can also help you add your quest units back to EX pocket to deal 6 or more damage in the afterworld. But it's quest required, so you know. Next we have Colorman, who looks like a roly-poly clown. So as long as you have done the quest requirement for black, he will place an extra copy of himself with Seal. He is very necessary to acquire a few. So I'm gonna place in Abomination, because he is also necessary to have a full slot. Next we have Fang. The moment he's placed, he can give a quest unit for 4 and self-destruct. Honestly, he is pretty weak for a 3 cost unit with 2/1, but he can help you add in the attacks to most of your other quest units. So this guy is considered balanced because he will be necessary for your black card deck. Next, we have Akuma. Cyber Akuma, in fact. He is crushed, so as long as you've done the requirements for level up, first one will be placing a copy, not really a copy, but a 4 MP less card onto the field, and if you do the 6 or more damage to enemy hero or unit, you'll get an additional 2 MP card cost gain. So he will remain on the field for quite a while because of his crush. He is Supreme! That's right. This guy can bring out units almost the same as Colorman. We're just gonna leave it as it is. Because next up, we have a card that is very hard to use, that is called Magic Man EXE. Now, as long as you've done the level up, the first one will be giving a card in your EX pocket or hand, +2, and +2. The next time, do another level up, you can give a random unit in your hand or EX pocket -2 MP. That is a very cost reducing ability. He is an abomination. As long as you know how to play him right, you will benefit a lot with the black deck to become a strong meta. Believe me, I mean, I saw a rank 1 black deck before, and it's actually this kind. Next on the list, we have Network Invader and Bison. As long as you have done your level up, he can place a copy of Cyber Boss and Bison Virus onto the field. As long as that card is on the field, you will be immune to sacrifice effects. So as long as enemy unit dies, he can gain Psycho Power. Sacrifice 3 HP to gain 2/2 to a random unit of your choice. He is very hard to use, honestly, because he will place Cyber Boss. That means you will have, like, how should I say, not enough slot for the job? But if you did happen to have enough slots, he is an abomination, actually. Because I tried adding him into my Oichi deck, and then I deal the major 9 damage. I did not manage to bring out that M Bison in the end, because I'm having full field, that's the problem. Okay, finally we have Jet Black Net Navi Baz. As long as you have a card on the field, you can use his ability to the max. His quest is when an enemy unit dies. First one is that he becomes indestructible. Second level up, he gets a heavy pierce. And the next one, he'll get an agility combo. As you transcend him, he will immediately destroy the unit with the highest attack. This guy is supreme, no doubt supreme, because the moment he gets all his level ups, this guy is unstoppable. Like, he can destroy almost anybody. But he will not be destroyed because of his own effect. Alright, next we have Battle Chip Quake. This card destroys a 5 cost or less unit without flight. Flaw is flight requirement, otherwise you cannot play this card. I've seen better cards that destroy 5 MP or less, but this card is just balanced because not a lot of cards here can do fly or flight. he can destroy almost anybody, but it's a very hefty cost of 4 for the job. Next, we have Interrupt. This action card is a pain in the ass because he's only 1 cost to immediately send an action card from my opponent's hand or guest pocket to the graveyard immediately. So that will reduce my opponent's chances of having an extra additional copy added to the hand, or deal damage, or having cards to remove. That's what makes him very balanced, honestly. He is considered balanced. Okay, next. Battle Chip Baby. I did not want to see this. I have nightmares of this. Because of my gameplay of Resident Evil 7. So, you can give the hero an ability. When a friend unit is placed, you'll get 4/2, and it's only up to 1 time. To be honest, this can somewhat stack, I think. But you just let me know if this action card can actually stack, because this guy is balanced. Very scary, very major boost for 1 time. Next, we have Countdown to Ruin. Sacrifice 2 lives, and then I can place a 4 or less quest unit to the field, and then I can give it 4 attack. I just burped. So 4 attack, just place, and sacrifice 2 life. What are the chances for him getting destroyed? You did not add HP, you just give it 4 attack. This card is a child. I know some people use this card, but it's a child. Like, strict down on a child, because the moment he's placed, what are the chances of it getting destroyed? The moment he can deal the 6 or more damage for your quest card's ability. Next, we have Battle Chip Oichi version 2. Give 1 friendly black unit with quests. It gets 4/5 and takes 2 damage for every 5 seconds. It's a one-off self-destruction card. You have no way to save it. This is considered dead. Straight up dead. Because there's no way people will use this to destroy their units and have no advantage on the field board. Next, we have After Do. So I can place a random quest unit from my graveyard to the field, and if it so happens I level up 7 times or more, I can place 3 random quest black units onto the field. No MP restriction, and then they all get 1/1. A very hard card to use. He is very good. I'll give him balance. As long as you have enough level up, you can just play this guy, and all your cards in the graveyard can come back stronger. I mean, the moment they come back, it says 3 quests. So that means Akuma, followed by F7, or maybe, well, Color Man. I can just give it to F7 for the boost with Spike Dive Bomb. Next thing, I have accomplished almost everything. The fact is that Akuma requires a slot for an additional copy, and Color Man requires an additional slot in order to have another himself on the field. That's why I put it on the balance instead of Abomination, because not a lot of quest cards can fit this category easily. Okay, last of the last. This card is actually not in the booster. You only can get it from playing Unlimited. It's called Density. So I can force a card to explore, but if so happens there's more abilities to explore, I'll just explore random, and then when that unit dies, I can gain 1 MP. This card is balanced. That's it. That's all I can say. Because not a lot of red cards can gain MP other than Claire Redfield. This one is hardly being used from the Explore deck, unless you want to put it back to the previous Explore type deck. So guys, let me know what you think of the video and the tier list that I made up. So I'm just gonna save it first. So just let me know, guys, what you think of this tier list that I come up with. And of course, I hope you subscribe and like the video so I can continue more of this for you guys. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.